Hey guys, welcome to Y&R Daily Update YouTube channel. Today's topics: the young and the restless spoilers. Claire suffers massive blow. Kyle underestimates Audra's drive. The young and the restless spoilers document that Claire Newman, Haley, Aaron, got good advice from her mother. But those words were quickly stomped on by the ever-brazen Audrey Charles Zulia Silver, who kissed Kyle Abbott, Michael Miller at Society. Get updates on the latest news about the young and the restless straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, was right to evoke the sage wisdom their dearly departed Cole Howard, J. Eddie Peck would have offered. Claire agreed that her late father would have offered a logical response to her concerns. It appeared as though Audra caught a glimpse of Claire in the corner of her eye before pulling Kyle in for what proved to be an intense kiss. Viewers also know that Audra is trying to revive Victor Newman's Eric Braeden faith in her and reclaim his money pot. Victor Newman remains deplorable. Is Victor redeemable? Well, that's hard to know. But he remains a deplorable rogue in having coerced Audra to make a play for Kyle in exchange for his investing in her cosmetics company, Vibra. Claire, Victoria, Kyle, and others know that Audra practices creative morality, so hopefully her latest move will be shaken off by Aaron's character shortly. But Claire is a human being. Add to that her openly stated inexperience in matters of the heart, and Audra might succeed in splitting Kyle from her. Victor being Victor, he might renege on the promised funding. And what could Audra do if that happens anyway? What is this? Kyle Abbott loses control of the situation. His father warned him, but he didn't want to listen. Kyle believed he could manage Audra while keeping Claire's trust. Just as he didn't anticipate what happened on the train in the south of France, Kyle also didn't expect Audra to kiss him in public. Having Claire witness that event widened the hole he's been pushed toward by Audra, Victor, and himself. Kyle's main problem is that he chose to engage rather than avoid Audra based on the chaos that ensued when they worked together under Victor in the recent past. He decided to pursue a redo. Thinking that he could easily outsmart Audra was dumb, but it was foolish not to provide Claire with a complete explanation of what happened in France. Doing so would have likely reduced Audra's ability to entrap him again. Claire Newman cuts next man off. Claire had already decided that her grandfather's duplicity was too much. She intended to distance herself from him for the foreseeable future. So, it stands to soapy reason that Claire will take the same tack with Kyle, regardless of his cover-up explanation. Which is an excuse about his latest kissing session with Audra. Learning that Kyle and Audra kissed in France should prove excessively hard for Claire to accept, but that will only be because Kyle didn't tell her about that incident before she saw him seemingly want to kiss her at Society during what is proving to be a scorching summer. What is this? This site is a leading source for everything linked to the young and the restless. Check back regularly for Y&R spoilers and news. Genoa City braces itself for a shocking turn of events as Claire reaches a pivotal moment in her personal and professional life, facing a massive blow that shakes her to the core. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that while Claire is struggling to regain her footing, Kyle Abbott makes a critical miscalculation by underestimating Audra's ambition and tenacity, setting the stage for high-stakes conflict that could redefine relationships and alliances across the city. The ripple effects of these intertwined developments promise to keep viewers riveted, as every decision, every secret, and every confrontation carries far-reaching consequences. Claire's day begins with optimism and determination. She's been striving to maintain her sense of control over her life and career, believing that her hard work and integrity will secure the outcomes she desires. But as news reaches her of an unexpected setback, the foundation she has painstakingly built begins to crumble. The blow is not merely professional. It strikes at her confidence, her sense of self, and her trust in those around her. The shock is visceral, leaving her reeling and questioning whether she can navigate the treacherous waters of Genoa City without losing her footing entirely. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. As Claire grapples with the initial shock, Kyle enters the picture, his perspective colored by optimism and confidence in his own judgment. He believes that the challenges Claire faces can be managed with careful strategy and quick thinking. However, his confidence blinds him to a critical factor: Audra's unrelenting drive. Kyle's underestimation of Audra's ambition and cunning becomes a pivotal error as she begins maneuvering behind the scenes in ways that are calculated, precise, and potentially devastating. While Kyle sees obstacles as surmountable, Audra views them as opportunities. Opportunities to assert control, gain influence, and reshape the outcomes in her favor. Audra's strategy is methodical. She identifies the weaknesses in Clare's position and leverages them with subtle precision. Every move she makes is designed to undermine confidence, shift alliances, and advance her own agenda without appearing overtly aggressive. To the casual observer, her actions might seem innocuous, but the undercurrent of intent is unmistakable. Audra's drive is a force that cannot be ignored. And as her plans unfold, the consequences for both Clare and Kyle become increasingly severe. The emotional impact on Clare is profound. She struggles with feelings of betrayal, frustration, and helplessness as she realizes that those she counted on may not be able to shield her from the storm brewing around her. Friends and allies rally to offer support, but the weight of the situation demands more than emotional encouragement. It requires strategy, foresight, and the ability to anticipate Audra's next moves. Each interaction, from boardroom discussions to private conversations, becomes a delicate negotiation, a test of nerves, and a measure of resilience. Kyle, despite his best intentions, finds himself outmaneuvered at multiple turns. His underestimation of Audra leads to miscalculations in key decisions, missed warnings, and openings that Audra exploits with relentless precision. Every attempt he makes to counter her influence is met with resistance or subtle manipulation, highlighting a disconnect between his perception of control and the reality of the challenges they face. As tensions mount, Kyle's confidence is shaken, forcing him to confront his own limitations and reconsider the assumptions that guided his approach. The fallout of these events extends beyond personal relationships. Professional stakes are high, and the maneuvers between Clare, Kyle, and Audra have implications for business, alliances, and reputations throughout Genoa City. Competitors, colleagues, and even distant associates watch closely, waiting to see how these power dynamics will unfold. Every decision becomes a signal, every misstep a potential leverage point, and every revelation a catalyst for further complications. Throughout the day, Clare is forced to adapt in real time. Her resilience is tested as she navigates both emotional turmoil and professional pressures. Conversations with trusted advisors reveal the necessity of strategic thinking, careful timing, and a willingness to make difficult choices. Clare's capacity for determination and her moral compass are put to the test as she must balance ambition with integrity, loyalty with self-preservation, and short-term setbacks with long-term goals. Audra, meanwhile, maintains her relentless pace. Her confidence grows with each strategic victory, reinforcing her belief in her ability to control outcomes and influence key players. She recognizes Kyle's misjudgment and capitalizes on it, setting traps that draw Clare into reactive positions. The interplay between Clare's defensive maneuvers and Audra's proactive strategies creates a high-stakes chess match where every move matters, and one error could shift the balance irreversibly. Kyle's frustration is compounded by the emotional stakes of watching someone he cares about face such intense challenges. He wrestles with guilt over his miscalculations, anxiety over potential outcomes, and the pressure to restore stability in the midst of escalating conflict. His determination to support Clare is sincere, but it is tested repeatedly as Audra's influence continues to grow, forcing him to confront the limitations of both his knowledge and his capacity to predict her next moves. The tension spills into social and personal settings as well. Encounters at Crimson Lights, interactions with family members, and even casual observations around town reflect the broader impact of the conflict. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. Friends and acquaintances speculate, offer advice, and sometimes inadvertently complicate matters, highlighting the way personal dramas in Genoa City rarely remain contained. Each conversation, look, and gesture adds layers of complexity to the already intricate dynamics between Clare, Kyle, and Audra. As the day progresses, Clare begins to formulate a response. Her approach is measured, balancing immediate needs with longer-term strategies. She seeks counsel, evaluates risks, and begins to anticipate Audra's moves, realizing that the key to regaining control lies in both adaptability and foresight. The process is fraught with uncertainty as each decision carries the potential for unintended consequences and emotional fallout. Kyle, learning hard lessons about underestimating Audra, starts to reconsider his approach. He must find a way to protect Clare while simultaneously countering Audra's strategic advances. The challenge is immense. He must balance emotion with rationality, instinct with strategy, and loyalty with caution. The stakes could not be higher, as the decisions made in these critical hours may determine the trajectory of multiple relationships and the balance of influence in Genoa City for weeks to come. Meanwhile, Audra's momentum shows no signs of slowing. Her careful observation, proactive initiatives, and unyielding drive continue to shape events, demonstrating the power of a focused, strategic mind in a city where ambition often overrides morality. Every victory reinforces her position. Every small misstep by Clare or Kyle serves as an opening, and the tension between the three central players escalates to near unbearable levels. The emotional resonance of Clare's massive blow is compounded by the social and professional consequences that reverberate across the city. She faces challenges not only in maintaining control over her immediate environment, but also in preserving relationships, reputation, and her own sense of agency. The interplay of trust, strategy, and resilience becomes central to her ability to navigate this high-stakes drama. By the day's end, viewers are left with a vivid picture of the complex dynamics at play. Clare's setback is significant, but her capacity to respond with intelligence, courage, and adaptability provides hope for her eventual recovery. Kyle's recognition of Audra's formidable drive underscores the dangers of underestimating opponents, while Audra's relentless pursuit of her goals exemplifies the stakes of ambition in Genoa City. The convergence of these storylines sets the stage for ongoing drama, shifting alliances, and emotional confrontations that will continue to ripple through the city for weeks to come. The unfolding saga is a testament to the intricate storytelling and character-driven drama that defines The Young and the Restless. Each moment, from Clare's initial shock to Kyle's growing awareness of Audra's influence, demonstrates the delicate balance of power, ambition, and loyalty that drives the narrative forward. The implications of August's events will resonate across Genoa City, shaping not only the fates of the central players, but also the intricate web of relationships, alliances, and rivalries that define the city's social and professional landscape. As evening descends on Genoa City, the tension between Clare and Audra escalates, with Kyle caught in the crossfire. Clare's initial shock has begun to transform into determination, but the path forward is anything but clear. Every interaction she has, whether in public spaces or private meetings, is colored by the lingering effects of the blow she suffered. Her emotions oscillate between frustration, self-doubt, and a growing resolve to reclaim control. The city seems to pulse with the weight of her challenges as friends, colleagues, and even casual acquaintances take note of her shifting demeanor. Kyle, meanwhile, wrestles with his underestimation of Audra's drive. The realization that he misjudged her strategic acumen adds a layer of urgency to his actions. He seeks ways to counter Audra without escalating conflict further, knowing that rash decisions could exacerbate the situation. Private moments reveal Kyle's inner struggle. His desire to protect Clare clashes with his awareness that her resilience is stronger than he initially believed. He begins to explore options for collaboration, seeking allies who might help balance Audra's influence and support Clare's recovery. Audra, fully aware of her advantage, continues to assert her influence with calculated precision. Each maneuver she executes serves to consolidate her position, challenge Clare's authority, and test Kyle's commitment. Subtle provocations, strategic suggestions, and carefully timed interventions create pressure points that keep both Clare and Kyle on edge. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. Her ability to anticipate reactions and exploit vulnerabilities underscores why Kyle's initial underestimation of her could have long-term consequences. The personal stakes are mirrored by professional challenges. Clare's business interests, reputation, and alliances are all in play with decisions she makes today, potentially impacting future opportunities. Meetings, negotiations, and casual encounters all become arenas where power dynamics are in flux. Every choice must be weighed not only for immediate effect, but also for long-term repercussions. As the delicate balance of influence in Genoa City hangs in the balance, friends and allies step in to provide support, each bringing their own perspectives and priorities. Some encourage aggressive action to counter Audra, while others advocate patience and strategy. The resulting debates reveal the complexity of relationships in Genoa City, where personal loyalties, business interests, and emotional stakes often intersect. Clare listens carefully, weighing advice against her own instincts. Recognizing that the best course of action may require both courage and cunning, Kyle's journey through this challenge is equally complex. He must navigate his role as protector, strategist, and sometimes mediator, balancing loyalty to Clare with the realities of Audra's ambition. Every interaction, from private discussions to public encounters, is fraught with risk. Kyle learns the importance of timing, subtlety, and psychological insight, understanding that brute force or impulsive action could backfire spectacularly. His development in these moments highlights the pressures of maintaining equilibrium in a city where power is constantly contested. Audra's relentless drive ensures that the tension remains high. Her ability to read others, anticipate moves, and manipulate circumstances keeps both Clare and Kyle in reactive positions. She pushes boundaries with finesse, testing limits without revealing her full hand. Each success builds momentum, reinforcing her confidence and heightening the stakes for everyone involved. The interplay of ambition, strategy, and emotion creates a rich tapestry of drama that captivates the city's residents and viewers alike. The emotional toll on Clare is significant. She experiences moments of vulnerability, doubt, and anxiety. Yet her resilience shines through. Her ability to adapt, respond strategically, and assert herself in critical moments demonstrates why she remains a central figure in Genoa City's complex social and professional landscape. Even as she faces setbacks, Clare's determination to reclaim control and protect her interests propels her forward. By late night, the ripple effects of Clare's blow and Audra's drive are evident across multiple spheres of Genoa City. Relationships are tested, alliances reconsidered, and power dynamics continue to shift. Friends and colleagues observe the unfolding drama, realizing that outcomes are far from predictable. Every interaction, no matter how seemingly minor, has potential consequences, emphasizing the intricate web of influence, ambition, and emotional stakes that defines the city. The trajectory of this storyline sets the stage for ongoing conflict and drama. Clare's recovery, Kyle's evolving strategy, and Audra's relentless ambition promise weeks of high-stakes tension, confrontations, and emotional reckonings. Viewers are left anticipating how each character will navigate the delicate balance between ambition, loyalty, and personal integrity. Knowing that decisions made today will reverberate far into the future, Genoa City is buzzing with tension as Clare Newman takes decisive action, cutting the next man off in her life, and signaling a dramatic shift in her personal and professional journey. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Clare's decision is fueled by a mixture of betrayal, determination, and self-preservation as she navigates the treacherous waters of Genoa City's high-stakes social and business world. The implications of her move will reverberate through the city, affecting relationships, alliances, and power dynamics in ways that could redefine the landscape for months to come. Clare's day begins with reflection and frustration. Recent events have left her questioning her trust in others, weighing every interaction with a combination of caution and resolve. The man she now decides to cut off has long been a part of her orbit, both personally and professionally, but his recent actions have revealed cracks in loyalty, judgment, and respect. Clare recognizes that continued association could jeopardize her progress, her reputation, and her emotional well-being. In Genoa City, where ambition often trumps integrity, Clare's decision marks a bold assertion of agency and strength. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. Her choice is not impulsive. It is the result of careful consideration and strategic thought. Clare weighs the consequences, anticipating potential backlash, gossip, and the ripple effects on her career and social standing. Every conversation, every message, and every interaction leading up to this moment has informed her decision. She knows that cutting someone off is never simple. It requires emotional fortitude, clarity of purpose, and an unwavering commitment to self-preservation. The moment of confrontation is electric. Clare approaches the situation with a calm yet resolute demeanor, delivering her message with clarity and precision. The man, taken aback by her firmness, attempts to justify past behavior and plead for reconsideration, but Clare remains steadfast. Her articulation of boundaries, expectations, and non-negotiables leaves no room for ambiguity. Friends and allies observe in awe as she navigates this emotionally charged moment with poise, asserting her independence and reclaiming control over her life. In the aftermath, Clare experiences a mixture of relief, empowerment, and lingering tension. The immediate, emotional weight begins to lift, replaced by a renewed sense of clarity and purpose. She recognizes that cutting someone off, while painful, is also an act of self-respect and strategic foresight. This pivotal moment serves as a catalyst for growth, setting the stage for further evolution in both her personal relationships and professional endeavors. Meanwhile, Genoa City takes notice. news of Clare's decisive action spreads quickly, sparking speculation, commentary, and intrigue among friends, colleagues, and adversaries. Observers debate the motivations behind her decision, the potential consequences for the man she has cut off, and how this move will affect the broader network of relationships within the city. In a world where power dynamics are constantly shifting, Clare's assertiveness commands attention and demands recalibration from those around her. The professional ramifications are significant. Clare's decision signals to colleagues and competitors alike that she will no longer tolerate disloyalty, incompetence, or duplicity. Business dealings are reevaluated, alliances reassessed, and strategic calculations revised in response to her new stance. Her reputation as a decisive and capable player in Genoa City's corporate and social arenas is solidified, reinforcing the idea that she is a force to be reckoned with, unafraid to make difficult choices when necessary. Kyle Abbott observes the unfolding drama with mixed emotions. While supportive of Clare's empowerment, he also understands the delicate balance of relationships and the potential for unintended fallout. Kyle reflects on past miscalculations, recognizing that underestimating other players' ambition or influence can have significant consequences. He begins to strategize alongside Clare, offering insight, counsel, and emotional support as she navigates the immediate and long-term implications of cutting this man off. For the man on the receiving end of Clare's decision, the impact is profound. He must confront not only the personal loss of trust and connection, but also the professional and social consequences of being excluded from Clare's sphere. The realization of Clare's resolve forces introspection, reflection, and a reassessment of priorities. In Genoa City, where relationships are closely intertwined with ambition and influence, being cut off by someone like Clare Newman carries far-reaching implications. As the day progresses, Clare channels her newfound clarity into action. She engages in professional negotiations, social interactions, and personal decisions with a renewed sense of focus. The act of cutting someone off has removed a source of distraction and tension, allowing her to dedicate attention and energy to pursuits that align with her values and goals. Friends and allies take note, offering support and encouragement while also recalibrating their own strategies in response to Clare's decisive stance. Audra's presence looms in the background, adding another layer of tension and complexity to Clare's decision-making. Audra, ever ambitious and strategic, observes Clare's assertiveness with interest, recognizing both opportunity and challenge. The interplay between Clare's empowerment and Audra's drive creates a dynamic that promises high-stakes conflict, strategic maneuvering, and emotional intensity. Kyle remains vigilant, aware that the convergence of these forces could have lasting implications for all involved. In private moments, Clare reflects on the emotional journey that led to this decisive action. She acknowledges the pain, frustration, and disappointment that preceded her choice, but also celebrates the strength, clarity, and resilience she has demonstrated. The act of cutting someone off is not merely a response to betrayal. It is an affirmation of her values, priorities, and autonomy. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. This internal resolution positions Clare to navigate the complex landscape of Genoa City with confidence, purpose, and strategic foresight. The social impact extends beyond immediate circles. Friends, colleagues, and acquaintances interpret CLA's assertiveness as both a warning and a lesson. In Genoa City, power, respect, and loyalty are paramount, and those who fail to honor these principles risk exclusion. Gossip spreads, alliances are tested, and the balance of influence within the city shifts subtly but significantly. Clare's move signals to everyone that she is no longer willing to tolerate interference, duplicity, or compromise on matters that affect her well-being and ambitions. As the storyline unfolds, viewers are treated to a masterclass in character development, strategy, and emotional complexity. Clare Newman's decision to cut the next man off demonstrates growth, resilience, and strategic thinking while simultaneously setting the stage for continued drama, conflict, and intrigue. Kyle's evolving role as confidant and strategist, combined with Audra's ever-present ambition, ensures that the ramifications of this moment will reverberate across multiple storylines, shaping the city's social and professional landscape in profound ways. The narrative also explores themes of empowerment, boundaries, and personal growth. Clare's assertiveness is both a response to immediate challenges and a reflection of her broader evolution as a central figure in Genoa City. Her ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics with intelligence and composure reinforces her status as a formidable presence capable of influencing outcomes and commanding respect. By nightfall, the consequences of Clare's decision continue to unfold. Relationships are recalibrated, alliances tested, and the city itself feels the ripple effects of her assertive action. Friends and family respond with support, caution, or curiosity, while adversaries reconsider their strategies in light of Clare's newfound clarity. The balance of power in Genoa City is subtly but decisively altered, reinforcing the notion that decisive action grounded in principle and foresight can have transformative effects in both personal and professional spheres. Kyle Abbott has always prided himself on being composed, strategic, and fully in command of his personal and professional life. But recent events in Genoa City are pushing him to a breaking point that few have ever witnessed. The pressure is mounting from every angle. His romantic entanglements, corporate ambitions, and family expectations are colliding in a way that threatens to completely derail the calm and confident persona he has worked so hard to project. The Young and the Restless spoiler suggests that the days ahead will see Kyle spiral into unfamiliar territory with emotions running high and decisions becoming increasingly reckless. It all begins with his complicated connection to Audra Charles, a woman whose charm, ambition, and calculated risk-taking match his own in dangerous ways. Their alliance began as a mutually beneficial partnership. She offered him a way to outmaneuver his rivals, and he gave her leverage in her own power plays. But that delicate balance is tipping. Kyle is starting to realize that Audra's loyalty is never guaranteed, and her willingness to exploit any weakness could leave him exposed. He wants to stay one step ahead of her, but his growing frustration and impulsive choices might be exactly what she's counting on. At the same time, Clare Newman's emergence into Kyle's orbit adds another layer of unpredictability. Clare is determined to carve out her own place in the Newman world, but her personal interest in Kyle is starting to stir conflict both inside and outside of the boardroom. While Kyle may initially see Clare as someone he can charm and influence, her resilience and sharp instincts are proving that she's not easily swayed. The sparks between them could easily ignite into passion or explode into rivalry depending on how Kyle handles the tension. Meanwhile, Kyle's professional life is becoming just as volatile. At Chabot, the weight of family loyalty and corporate responsibility is pressing down harder than ever. Jack Abbott expects him to maintain a certain level of diplomacy, but Kyle's growing impatience with delays, compromises, and perceived slights is leading him to take bolder, more dangerous steps. His determination to make bold moves might impress some, but others in the family and the business community are starting to see the cracks forming in his decision-making. What's even more concerning is how Kyle is coping with the personal cost of these battles. His relationship with Summer Newman remains strained, and the unresolved emotions between them are only making him more irritable and impulsive. Subscribe our channel for more latest updates. He's caught between wanting to prove himself as a strong, independent player and still craving the stability and approval that comes from family and love. This inner conflict is pushing him toward risky behavior, both in his personal relationships and in business. Friends and family who have known Kyle for years are beginning to notice that he's not the same man they once knew. His confidence now borders on arrogance. His strategies are more aggressive and his temper flares with increasing frequency. The calculated risk-taker is being replaced by someone who acts first and deals with the fallout later. A dangerous shift. For someone in the high-stakes world of Genoa City power politics, Audra may be watching closely for her moment to pounce. Clare could be preparing a countermove, and Jack might soon feel the need to rein in his son before he causes irreparable damage. But the question remains, does Kyle even want to be reined in anymore? If he's convinced that playing it safe means losing, then the Kyle Abbott we're about to see may be willing to burn bridges, cross lines, and make enemies he can't afford. The upcoming weeks promise to be a turning point for Kyle as he struggles between control and chaos. Will he find a way to reclaim his composure before it's too late? Or is Genoa City about to witness the rise and possible fall of a man who thought he could handle it all? One thing is certain, the situation is slipping through his fingers. And Kyle may not even realize just how much he's already lost until it's gone. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a deeply intertwined and high-stakes conflict involving Clare Newman, Kyle Abbott, and Audra Charles that is shaking the foundations of Genoa City's social and professional landscape. Clare suffers a significant personal and professional setback that challenges her confidence, trust, and control. Meanwhile, Kyle underestimates Audra's ambition and cunning, leading to crucial miscalculations and escalating tension. Audra, driven by relentless ambition and strategic precision, exploits weaknesses in Clare and Kyle's positions, maneuvering to gain influence and control, particularly through her manipulative relationship with Kyle, whom she kissed in public. Despite his commitments to Clare, grappling with betrayal and emotional turmoil, is forced to make a decisive move by cutting off a key man from her personal and professional life, signaling a new chapter of empowerment and self-preservation. This act reverberates across Genoa City, affecting alliances, reputations, and power dynamics, and positioning Clare as a formidable figure unwilling to tolerate disloyalty or duplicity. Kyle, caught between loyalty and strategy, faces mounting pressure as his confidence erodes in the face of Audra's relentless advances. His frustration and impulsivity threaten to destabilize his personal relationships and corporate ambitions, pushing him toward risky decisions. The narrative explores themes of trust, betrayal, ambition, empowerment, and resilience, the complex emotional and strategic battles that define life in Genoa City. As the story unfolds, viewers witness Clare's strategic adaptability, Kyle's internal struggles, and Audra's calculated drive, all of which promise to fuel ongoing drama, shifting alliances, and emotional confrontations in the weeks to come. Clare suffers a massive personal and professional blow that shakes her confidence and trust. Audra boldly kisses Kyle in public, complicating relationships and alliances. Kyle underestimates Audra's ambition, leading to critical strategic errors. Clare decisively cuts off a key man from her life, asserting her independence and strength. The tension between Clare, Kyle, and Audra escalates into a high-stakes power struggle. Clare balances ambition with integrity, showing resilience amid adversity. Kyle's growing impulsivity threatens his personal and professional stability. Clare's massive blow as a catalyst for growth. Clare's setback is not just a plot point, but a transformative moment that tests her resilience and forces her to reevaluate her relationships and strategies. Her decision to cut off a significant figure signals her evolution from a reactive character to a proactive force, emphasizing the importance of self-preservation and strategic clarity in high-pressure environments. This moment underscores how personal betrayal can serve as a crucible for empowerment. Audra's calculated manipulation and ambition. Audra exemplifies a character who blends charm with ruthless ambition. Her public kiss with Kyle is a deliberate power play designed to destabilize Clare and assert dominance. Audra's creative morality and willingness to exploit vulnerabilities highlight the complex ethical landscape of Genoa City, where ends often justify means. Her actions reveal how ambition, when paired with strategic foresight, can disrupt even the most carefully laid plans. Kyle's underestimation of Audra and its consequences. Kyle's failure to fully grasp Audra's tenacity and strategic acumen results in a series of missteps that jeopardize both his relationship with Clare and his professional standing. His overconfidence and desire to control the situation without full transparency underscore the dangers of hubris in interpersonal and corporate power dynamics. This insight highlights the critical need for humility, communication, and vigilance when navigating complex alliances. The power of setting boundaries. Clare's decision to cut someone off, despite personal and professional ramifications, illustrates the vital role of boundaries in maintaining integrity and control. This act is a strategic assertion of agency that reshapes her social and business networks. It sends a clear message about the non-negotiable standards she upholds, reinforcing her reputation as a decisive and empowered figure. The ripple effects of this choice demonstrate how boundary setting can alter power structures, escalating tensions as a microcosm of Genoa City drama. The conflict between Clare, Kyle, and Audra encapsulates broader themes of ambition, loyalty, and power that are central to the show's narrative. Their interactions serve as a chess match where every move carries significant consequences, reflecting how personal and professional lives are deeply intertwined in Genoa City. This dynamic creates a rich tapestry of drama that engages viewers and drives multiple storylines simultaneously. Clare's strategic adaptability and moral compass. Despite the setbacks, Clare demonstrates an impressive capacity to adapt. Her strategies, balancing ambition with ethical considerations, her ability to seek counsel, anticipate adversaries' moves, and maintain integrity positions her as a resilient leader. This insight highlights the importance of combining emotional intelligence with tactical thinking in high-stakes environments. Clare's journey offers a nuanced portrayal of empowerment that is both realistic and inspiring. Kyle's inner conflict and risk of self-destruction,